You're always going to have stigma. People will always judge for whatever reason.
I think the stigma with HIV is so strong because of people's ignorance, also people's religious beliefs. It brings up the issues of homosexuality. It has all the components that makes all our beliefs and all the traditional beliefs kind of shakes at them.
I've been around people that have talked about HIV/AIDS, and them not knowing that I was positive, you sit back and you listen at the way they talk about people that they know that are positive, and that is hurtful, even though they weren't talking about me. In a way they were, they just didn't know they were. So that's very hurtful.
I think it was my own stigma that I put on myself, my own shame about being diagnosed. I got it through unprotected sex. I know that. I didn't do needles. I didn't have any transfusions, you know. That was another issue that I had to deal with in terms of burying or keeping my diagnosis a secret.
I carried a lot of stigma and a lot of learned stigma and prejudices because of religion and also because of my family.
From one of my own experiences, I was over somebody's house, and everybody else in the house got metal forks, and I got a plastic fork. So, you know, it was like, and I kind of looked at the person who gave it to me, and they realized what they did, and then they tried to, well, you want a metal fork? You know, it's like, nah, it's kind of too late for that now, you know what I'm saying? So the stigma's still out there. People are still not educated, you know, or still not understanding that it's really not as contagious as you think it is.
And there's people that's my age, and they're like they're way back in yesteryear, you know, when they should know. I mean, you get educated on TV, they got programs. I mean, you can read a book.
I took the initiative to find out more about my disease and also about why Latinos do not accept people with HIV. I decided to bring it to my family and therefore get them educated about what safe sex is, what HIV is, and what being gay is. And progressively, I have changed my family's perception.
To change that stigma or that outlook, it's difficult. You're talking about values and beliefs that people have held on for years. It's the glue of their communities. I'm Cuban, I'm from a Latin family, and I see many similarities in the African-American, you know, communities where there's always a very church-driven, family-driven point of view. But to get the whole community to accept globally the whole, you know, and embrace this disease, you know, it almost has to reach a catastrophic proportion.
It shouldn't be. At this day and age, it shouldn't be at this point. In people's life, they should have some type of knowledge, and they should know that you just can't catch HIV/AIDS by touching, sitting, breathing, you know, from another person.
How can we validate people? We can validate people by saying you don't have to settle for what the masses say. How do we do that? We can allow people to be invited into programs that speak to our experience. So I would hope that any of us, especially persons who are newly diagnosed, understand that we have something wonderful to give, and that is our voice.